was just informed that we have kind of a special guest with us tonight. And I so love doing this, but this is actually one of the individuals that is currently using our program and is a fairly new user. And her name is Sonja. And I'm going to take a moment to let her maybe take 5 minutes and tell you a little bit about first, maybe take a moment, if you would, Sonja, and just tell us where you're from and a little about your family situation. We'll go from there.
Sure, I'd be glad to. I actually got introduced to Velocity Banking through a girlfriend of mine, and she did a lot of studying with it and hooked me up, if you will, with Christy Van. And then I ended up having a meeting with Christy, and we went over the whole roadmap with her, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And she was finding that we had a unique enough situation that we ended up she ended up recommending going to Money Max.
Mm-hmm.
uh I'm originally from Minnesota. Yay.
You
Orange and
don't,
all.
Sonja, I think that's a little bit sarcastic. I don't think you sound that excited.
Oh no, I'm glad I'm from there. But my husband Jerry and I don't have any kids, but we have all the debt load that you've already been talking about. And we purchased our first home pretty late, honestly. A couple of big kids we are. So we've only been in our home for about 3 years.
Okay.
And we have the redheaded stepchild loan, the FHA. So those are already more money, anyways, than other loans.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, so on that note, uh, Christy was like, your situation's unique enough. I think I want to turn you over to Money Max. So that then had us, or me, connect with Rick.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't tell you what a blessing. Rick, I'll start crying because he's been awesome. And he's been so patient. And he has been so informative. And did I say he's been so patient? Oh, yeah. He's been very patient. And he's really helped rewire our thinking with Money Max. And Jerry and I were acting like two islands, if you will. We live in Spokane, Washington, by the way. I forgot to say that.
Okay.
So that's where we are. No kids. But anyhow, so we're in Spokane, Washington, and Rick has taken us from, oh, it's not Sonja's money, it's not Jerry's money, it's our money. So
Oh,
that
that's a victory right there, Sonja.
I'm telling you, right? And that took some months. And so Rick had done the program for us, and I think we were down to some 9-ish years to get out of debt using Money Max. And
Well,
so,
let's pause there for a second, Sonja. Let's not glance over that too quickly, right? How many years would you have been faced before that?
well, clearly, it would be what, the 30-ish or what have you,
27,
right?
28 years, right? So now you're down to 9. Now I want you guys to think about something for a second. We do genuinely, Sonja, just like you, we tend to glance over that like, oh, well, 7, 8, 9 years, no big deal. That means we just eliminated 2/3 of the time that she would have otherwise been scheduled to be in debt. And Sonja, when you first saw those results, you can be honest, okay? What was the
Yeah.
first thing that occurred to you?
Well, is this real?
Exactly. This can't be true,
Too good
right?
to be true. Yeah,
Yeah.
right, right. This is too good to be true.
And now that you've
Uh,
realized it is, what's
yes.
opened up for you? How does that change what you and your husband Jerry look at as being possible for you in your future with 20 years less of debt payments?
Well, here's the kicker with that though. So we've had the things happen to us that you've talked about, meaning I was laid off from my job
Oh,
the end of October, and I've just now become employed a week ago.
okay.
And Jerry's work he's a land surveyor, and they unfortunately have not been getting jobs to keep him actively working.
Okay.
So it has changed the GPS route,
Hmm.
but there is still the route. And to really rewire the brain, now again, it's not my money, his money, it's our money. There's that part. But then there's also the trust the system to guide and direct through this hiccup, if you will.
Yes.
So in the temporary time frame, it has changed the
Hmm.
time frame, but it still is trust the system to work through this challenging time to better times to get back
Yeah.
on track
Yeah.
to that point.
And would you say
And
that it gives you a lot more confidence? I mean, just not even putting this in there, but knowing that I'm not
yes,
just going through a blind alley, right? I've got some path that I know I can navigate myself back to.
absolutely. And not only that, really getting in touch with our finances like we never had been before. That's
Hmm.
another invaluable lesson it's been teaching to not be putting the head in the sand, to really yes, really be facing this and being really actively inputting the
Yeah.
debts and the whatever's going on in life into the system and really staying in touch to a level we honestly never had been before.
So you're a lot more paying attention to it. And two last questions, because I know you've been so gracious with your time tonight, but how was the experience for you? I would say, it seems intimidating, but you've obviously now been engaged with us for, a few months now.
Yes.
What would you say to anybody that's, of course, on this call, because you were in these same shoes and you're not a paid actor, right? Right. You're just giving your own experience here. And what did that experience look like for you? Was it intimidating? What did it involve? And what is your best recommendation to anybody that, might be looking at this for the first time, just like you did not that long ago?
Well, it may be a little intimidating at first, but again, the rewiring, the rethinking uh, doesn't take all that long.
Hmm.
And having such an incredible mentor, Rick has been with Money Max, it, and he's really become a very dear person to us now. I really consider him a friend.
That's nice.
And it, it is, I don't even have all the words to say how invaluable it is and how valuable it is.
Yeah, that's
It's it,
beautiful.
it's an
I
amazing, amazing tool.
so one last question then. For those that honestly, they're in the exact same seat that you were in very, very recently. Um, what would be your best recommendation and suggestion to anybody that's on our call tonight in those same shoes that you were in just recently?
Absolutely. Be open minded. Uh, give Money Max the opportunity to see what it can do for you because it will. It will do
Hmm.
amazing things. And to me personally, I saw it as a no brainer, uh, to get the long term gain and take that long term and streamline it down to be a
I love
shorter
that.
term to freedom.
I love that, Sonia. And I have to say, it's it's easy for us to become cavalier about this, but every single time we hear these stories, it's the same, and it's exactly what we do. What we do. So we just want to thank you and Jerry for putting your trust in us and putting us to the test to give us an opportunity to prove what we could do for you. And thank you again so very much for joining us tonight and being so open with your sharing. We really appreciate it. We wish you nothing but the best in the future.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Absolutely would recommend it 100%.
Thank you so very much. I hope you have a wonderful night. We appreciate you joining us tonight.
Thank you.